Hey guys, it's Vinda, and today I'm somewhere a little bit different. I'm in my living room instead of my bedroom, basically, but these cabinets sort of fit for the background of this video. Today I've got hopefully the first video in a series of videos with my new sort of hobby interest I'm getting into. It's not really a new interest of mine, it's something I've loved for a very, very long time, but I'm finally actually getting properly into it, and that is basically like antiques and oddities sort of stuff and putting together displays for different specimens. So today's video is all about this little guy here. This is a blue forest scorpion. He is a scorpion that is native to like the Philippines and Indonesia, I believe. And this is a preserved specimen that I actually got in a mystery box from a shop called Odd Mountain in New South Wales. I have a video of me unboxing the mystery box, and you can see my initial reaction to this dude, which was fear, really. So you should go watch that video after this one. But today we are finally going to spread him out and put him in his own nice little display. It still freaks me out a little bit. So this dude is a preserved specimen, as I just said. So he's currently dehydrated and all stiff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rehydrate him and then reposition him into a cool looking tough stance. Then let him dry out again so that he becomes stiff in the better stance. Then I'm going to put him in a nice dome display, and I'm going to take you guys along for the entire journey of that. And also I'm going to have to touch a gross little scorpion dude, which I'm still surprisingly scared of. Like, it's been months, he's just been sitting here dead in his little packet, and I'm still a little bit scared of him. Like, I don't know, I think it's just evolutionary biology. It's inherently in me to be afraid of scorpions because that's how we survive as a species, by trying not to touch the dangerous looking species. But yeah, so today I just wanted to give you a little look at the different bits, and this video is going to span quite a number of days as I put him together, because it's a bit of a process. So firstly, you will need a little scorpion. As I said, I got him from Odd Mountain. I will link their website in the description as well. A nice dome display to put him in. It looks pretty big for him right now, but I think once he's spread out and stuff, it'll fit quite well. I bought this from IKEA for, I think it was around $16. Also, just from Kmart, I got a bunch of little like fake plant type of things. I'm not quite sure if I'll end up using these or not. I'm sure I'll probably use them at some point in the future with different bug displays. I got this one that's like fake moss. I think that's the one I'm most likely going to actually use. But yeah, they're all there just so that I have options. What I do need for this that I haven't got yet is I want to get like a pretty big rock that I can stick in the center of this dome, and then I want him to be sitting on top of the rock so that rather than being super low down, he's up here. So step one of the process is to rehydrate the scorpion so that his joints become movable again and you can position him how you want him to look in this display. For this, you only need your preserved scorpion, of course, a sealable container. I've just got like a little cheap disposable takeaway container, and some paper towels. And it's a pretty basic idea. You want to basically put the scorpion in the container with wet paper towels, seal it up, and then you'll leave him in there for like 48 hours, maybe a bit longer than that. I think between 24 and 48 hours you should check and make sure it's movable. If it's not, leave it for a little bit longer. Basically, you don't want this paper towels to be soaking wet, you just want them to be a bit moist. You don't want him to get like super wet, but just, you know, reasonably moist. Also, this I find to be like the most scary part, because obviously it's the first part where I actually have to touch the scorpion, which again, we all know that scares me. Alrighty guys, so I'm outside today because I've got some cats inside, so I don't want them to play with my scorpion. It's been 4 days that he's been sitting in here rehydrating. And yeah, now we're gonna try and get him out. It took a lot longer than I expected, but I've been checking every day, and he was nearly ready yesterday, but just wasn't, so I figured by today, hopefully, should be good. I apologize if you can hear any annoying noises of the wind or lawnmowers or something. Yeah, we just have to be outside today because I don't want my cats to try and eat the scorpion. What you need next is you need some foam to put him on. So I have these 3 different pieces of like thick styrofoam. So I think I'm mostly gonna do it on this, but I might also use like one of these for helping to prop up his tail and stuff, because I want to make it curled all the way over. The pins, you can get like the proper insect pins, but I don't have them yet, so I'm just using sewing pins that I have. And yeah, the pins aren't permanently going to be there. They'll just sort of hold him in place until he dries out again, and then you can remove the pins and just glue him into his display. And the last thing is I now also have the rock that I wanted to put him on. So I've got this rock that's been chopped at the bottom, so it's flat and can sit in the display nicely. I don't really need that at this step yet. I just thought I'd have it here so that I can keep that in mind when I'm positioning him, that he's going to be sitting on this rock. And I have a couple of smaller little rocks to put around that in the display. Basically, what you want to do is make sure that he's completely movable. All of his joints are very floppy, and like, I guess it was a fresh specimen that had only just died and hadn't gone all stiff yet. So then you want to stick him into the foam and just position all of his little limbs and everything the way you want them, and using the pins, keep them in place. You don't have to actually put pins through his body. It's helpful to put one pin through the like midsection of his body just to keep him in place on the foam while you're fiddling around with all his limbs. But other than that, you don't need to actually be putting the pins through him, just putting the pins around him and up against him so that it keeps him in place. It's the first time I've ever done it, so hopefully it's okay. Alright, so after you have pinned up and spread out your scorpion, the next step is to wait until it dries out again. All of my looking around, I haven't seen like a timeline for that. I have left mine for just over 2 weeks, which I think hopefully should be way more time than it needs. I just wanted to go for leaving it for too long rather than too little time. Now that he should be dried out, I'm going to take all of the pins out and assemble him in his little dome. My plan is to just get a hot glue gun and hot glue it all in there, and hopefully it'll work out well and it'll stay. So I just used some hobby grass. I ended up using a better quality grass that you can get from a hobby shop for the base, because I bought stuff from Kmart that looked pretty awful. It looked really fake, so I wanted something a bit nicer. So I used that, as well as just a couple of rocks that I found, and put together a nice looking base. And I basically just hot glued everything on and hot glued him to the rock. And yeah, this is the final product. So this is what it looks like in the end. I think it looks really cool. So obviously there's the big dome sits on top of it, like so. And there you go, that's what it looks like. But just to show you briefly, it's easier to show you without the dome on top. Yeah, this is him. I'm so proud of it, honestly. Very happy with the way this turned out. It's really scary. Look at how big this is too. Like, he's like the size of my face. That's crazy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will bring you some more taxidermy, curiosity, oddities stuff in the future. Let me know if there's anything specific you want to see me make. I'm gonna do like shadow box frames with different butterflies and that in it. So yeah, look forward to that, and I'll see you in my next video. Comment down below name suggestions. I like naming all of my stuff, so let me know what I should name him. All right, bye.